I found myself perusing through YouTube videos and I landed on some NDE videos, which is near death experiences. And I enjoyed listening to the different stories. And there are some real similarities of the profound insights that people gained while they were dead, while they were with spirit, with Jesus, there are lots of different versions of what it was like, but the consistent theme was it was so loving and it was so inspiring and it was healing and powerful. And I had the thought, that's what my ayahuasca journey was like. My ayahuasca journey was like my version of a near-death experience. And I don't share often about my ayahuasca journey, of which there's a number of them. I've done it total of 4 times, but each time had such profound experiences inside of it. And I thought, I need to share this because this is important to me. It was truly healing. And I swear to you, it was the equivalent of what people who had died, gone to heaven, Jesus, whatever it is, and discovered the mystery of life and brought it back. That's very much my experience. And I want to share a specific, very important healing story that is so real and so important, and I hope helpful to some of you out there. I was sexually abused when I was a child, like around 6 years old, and I blocked it out in my childhood, and but was suffering a lot at the effect of it and the unhealed parts of it that were inside me that I didn't even know. It was in my mid to later 20s when this started coming to light, and that was mind-blowing and weird, and lots of therapy and lots of different things to just try to heal this. And I had some real profound healing experiences with forgiveness and really very, very transformational. Grateful for all of it. Fast forward, here I am a couple years ago, May of 2019, at Rhythmia down in Costa Rica. And it's the 3rd night of ayahuasca. And I drink the drink and I'm just hanging out, waiting for it to kick in. My first 2 nights, it kicked in within 5 minutes, and it like flattened me on the mat that I was laying on, like so intensely. It was freaky. So the fact that the 3rd night had some sort of relaxed energy around it, and I wasn't getting like, plowed on the ground from it, I was grateful. And I wandered outside, which is beautiful. It was in the evening, and I was just sitting on these stairs and just sort of enjoying the feeling of, oh, this feels nice. I feel connected. I feel peaceful. Well, right in the middle of that thought, I started seeing in my mind's eye the repeat of the sexual abuse at 6 years old, literally inside of me. So I closed my eyes and I was watching it happen like a movie. But on the ayahuasca, it's more than just watching it as a movie. You're feeling it, you're sensing it. It's kind of a full experience that I was having. And I had the thought, oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to get that little boy out of there. I'm supposed to rescue him. And that felt like, oh, that makes sense. So that became my mission, but I couldn't quite do it. And I was getting all worked up and I was getting emotional. And at Rhythmia, they have these wonderful shamans walking around just helping people. And this shaman woman obviously noticed that I was having some upset and some energy. And she just sat down next to me. And I made comment of like, I'm trying to get my little boy out of that sexual abuse experience. And I don't remember quite what I said, honestly, but what she said was more important, because she whispered in my ear, let them do it. Let them do it. And that somehow gave me the peace to pull my attention back. And she said, just watch. Just watch. And so I did. I was still emotional. I was still in the flows of the pain and the suffering of watching this little 6-year-old boy really suffer so much fear. And in the experience, and this is what I want to share with you, I watched the little boy be placed into like mummy wrap, like sheets, and wrapped up like a mummy. And the body was carried. I thought, oh my gosh, the little boy died. And it was carried up these stairs. And then suddenly, like it's in this big, huge cave with like this goddess sitting in this throne. And the little boy's body was placed on the ground in front of her. Now, this is so alive and so real inside of me. It's words can't explain, but I'm trying to, right? So they set the little boy down And the boy and the body dissolves into the earth. And I'm really upset now. I'm crying and I'm feeling, and I'm so afraid. I'm like, I don't get what this is about. Well, in that very moment, this little same boy, 6-year-old boy of golden light, just ball of golden light, comes walking around the corner from around this goddess. And the goddess says to me, do you think I would let you be hurt for 1 second? Do you think I would allow anything to happen to you? The moment that began, I captured your soul and I took it, and it's been waiting to be restored. And that boy of golden light just came into me, came a part of me. It was absolutely, there aren't words to explain what it's like when you've been living soulless and suddenly you find out where your soul is and it's retrieved, and the soul filled my being and I became this golden light, and I just was filled with love and gratitude. I was like, thank you so much, thank you so much. And there's just, that's all I could say was thank you, thank you, thank you. And this beautiful goddess being, which God, goddess, divine being, it was all one. She said to me, you are always protected. You are never hurt. You are never harmed. Your spirit is always, always safe. Now, that's what all great scripture teaches. That's what A Course in Miracles teaches. That's the truth. I was shown it. I was given an actual demonstration of it. And then she showed me something. She said, see this. And it was like I was shown the entire world, and I was told billions of people are just walking around disconnected. Their souls, just like mine, are sitting there in the kingdom of heaven, the oneness with God, perfect beauty, love, whatever you want to call it. Our soul is there. But here we are in this like separated experience of emptiness and pain and patterns of suffering just repeating themselves, and patterns of people bumping, patterns of suffering and people bumping into each other. It was just like an empty world. That's what I was shown. And it was so absolutely transformational. When the experience ended and I opened my eyes, I got up and I was just like crying and dancing with joy. I was like, oh my God, my soul has been retrieved. My soul has never been hurt or harmed. This is how it works. This is what's true. This is what's true about your spirit. Whatever story you're convinced happened to you, whatever pain you suffered through or maybe finding yourself in, I promise you, your soul, the part of you that is of God, is not there. It's not happening to you, the truth of who you are. It's happening to an illusion. It's happening in a dream. I don't know the other words to use to explain it. It's happening to a shadow self. It's happening in the belief that you're separate, but that's not who you are, and that's not the truth. And the moment you access the truth, your power, your divinity, that lie, that whole story disappears. That was the gift I was given. I didn't have a near-death experience. I did ayahuasca, and ayahuasca took me to the same kind of revelation that I'm hearing all these near-death experience people talk about. So I am so grateful, because I'll be honest, I was like, I'd like to have a near-death experience to see what that's like. And I was like, I was given that gift. I was given my version of that gift when I did ayahuasca. So that's my story. I pray it's helpful. And most importantly, I hope you really do, even just an ounce of you, believe that if you're in some kind of pain, if you're feeling separate from the love that you are, it's not true. I know it feels true. I know you're convinced. I know you'll argue because we believe it until we don't believe it. But if there's any hope to be found, you are that golden light. And this loving universe is taking care of you and preserving your soul and making sure you are never hurt. It's impossible. It's impossible for your soul to be hurt, because it's impossible for God to do that. It's only love, and that's who you are. So that's my ayahuasca story. One of them. I seriously could do 10 videos telling you some of my other experiences, but that's the one that I want to share for now. Peace and blessings.